We're revisiting the experiment that apparently disproves the globe because the horizon does not match the predictions that a globe model makes. Now here's the picture. Many distortion. Bendy crane never works. Something flat earthers never take into account.
If the Earth were a sphere with a radius of 3,959 miles, as the official model claims, then the distance to the globe horizon would be calculated by taking the square root of the observer's height in feet and multiplying by 1.22. That's the maximum distance to the globe horizon, which could be further reduced by inferior miraging, atmospheric distortion, opacity, waves, swells, and other objects.
This square root formula does not account for refraction. It only is valid when there is no atmosphere, but there is. The horizon is supposed to be at 1.225 miles away. But remember, this was the observation that flat earthers claim that defeats the globe. Someone also told me, why doesn't the horizon also get distorted? Well, you can see that the lower parts are less distorted and the higher parts are more distorted. Distance to Platform Hill House is 6.21 miles. Also, shouldn't we see the island that's a little to the right if it's over 20 miles away? Platform habitat is 9.41 miles. Of course, the atmospheric distortion and there being not a clear horizon means there is only one thing to conclude, that there is refraction. So, this black swan experiment is not a black swan experiment. It's a white swan that proves the globe exists. Some will insist that this is actually manipulated to make the crane appear as though it were distorted. But if we take a look at the original video source itself, we can clearly see that's not the case. If it really were manipulated, here's how it would look like, only for illustration. But this isn't it. We are also addressing another observation that totally destroys the globe. Here we see this picture with no distortion that was taken in the evening. Ignoring the blacker than black hole oil platforms and the reddish atmosphere, this was taken from an observer height of 8 feet. They say the maximum distance of the geometric horizon should be 3.46 miles. They are correct if there's no atmosphere. However, the square root formula assumes the horizon should be 9.76 miles away, but it isn't. Unless if I did the math wrong, of course.
Then the distance to the globe horizon would be calculated by taking the square root of the observer's height in feet and multiplying by 1.22.
And again, this nighttime picture comes down to something called refraction. 2 observations down. Now finally, to conclude this video, this Shelter Bay experiment, which was conducted 3 inches above water, can be explained by an atmospheric duct, a thermal inversion that traps light and makes light follow the Earth curve. So, get it, flatheads? Or not? Anyways, I'll address more arguments in the comment section. The burden of proof lies on the flat earthers to actually disprove a globe Earth. We have debunked the premise that this experiment proves a flat Earth. We'll debunk Quantum Eraser next. Just to imitate his name calling, we'll call him Not So Quantum Writer.